Alright, getting back to the Raspberry Pi stuff. Last time I set up all the hardware. I have actually tested it in the meantime, and as I stated in the previous video, the actual pre-installed stuff doesn't seem to be working, but that's cool because we need to install an operating system anyway. Now in this case, I've gone straight to raspberrypi.org/downloads, and I'm pulling up the imager for the appropriate system that I'm going to be setting this stuff up from. So I've clicked the link and I've downloaded it, and then it will pop up in this pile of downloads. And this is great. This download. So if I just double click on that to run it and go, yes, that's the installer. Run the imager because I've just reinstalled it. Blah, 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 blah. All right, now what I've got here is I've got a couple of predefined images that I've downloaded. Raspbian Buster Full, which is the full setup with all the desktop bonus applications and that sort of stuff. Buster.io, which is basically an ISO image of a virtual CD, basically, of one image, and then that's just a zipped version of that. So I've given a couple of options here under the Imager program. The first is to actually just download it as per normal. The second is to download any of their other specialist images, and it will handle this entire download process for you. Or conversely, if I have my own custom image I wish to use, I can go into where they are located and select the appropriate folder and go open. And that's great. And then I can choose a disk to write it to. In this case, it will be the card, the SD card. Or alternatively, I'll go back to the thing and just download this again. This is going to be the boring option because it's going to take a little while to do as it downloads it. But I can select a light version or the full version at 2.5 gig, which actually matches the file size of this one. There. Whoops. So yeah, standard Raspbian desktop application. Choose a card. Yep. That one, and then write. It will then download it. I'm going to pause the video at this point, because there's no point in you guys watching it download stuff and write things to an SD card. The next stage is I'll actually take this SD card, install it into the Raspberry Pi, grab my phone and film that bit so you can actually see it boot up for the first time. Alright, one last pointer is make sure you disconnect the SD card appropriately. So this is written. I've actually chosen to do the Buster full version onto this card. Okay, so there's the television, there's the Raspberry Pi with the little card in it, so you can see just there, and we plug it in. Hopefully this all goes. We'll see what happens. I'm really hoping this works now. Yes, it's booting! Great! I forgot to add keyboard and mouse and stuff, but let's hope all this works. No signal. Perfect. Almost perfect? No, we're getting something happening. We get some raspberries. Yay! All right. It's thinking about it. It's thinking real hard. There should be a little green light flashing on the corner here. If I can actually get a focus going. Yep. And there it is, actually started up. Now I need to plug in some devices. I'm going to pause this for a sec so I can get the other bigs plugged in. So I've plugged in the additional devices. I've got a cute little mouse. I've got a shortened keyboard. I have a Raspberry Pi screen started up. Now this installation process should be fairly trivial. Not being in the UK, I'm going to just jump through this fairly quickly. No, okay. Page up Afghanistan, must have hit home. Australia, I'm not in Adelaide. Melbourne will do for this case, and next. Sets up more of the software installation that's going on, recording the important factors for this device. Enter a new password. I will not hide the characters because given this is just a local machine and I am choosing to use the worst possible password that you can identify. The next worst being password 1. Yeah, that looks good. Searching for networks. Oh, it may connect to my home network. Connecting. it's got the little bar going back and forth. Oh my God, something called update software. Okay. This is the point where you kind of need to go yes, because one of the great things about Linux is that it does regular software updates pretty much every day, or every time you boot it up. So it'll check for its updates, running through its sequence of doing stuff. Oh, so you can get some updates. This is so very exciting, watching this little bar go from one end to the other. Woohoo! So exciting. I'm just, woo, yeah. Tick, 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 tick. Come on. Oh, now it's got to actually update it. Also, it's grabbed the list of updates. Now it's going to start looking for those updates, downloading them. And this may take a little bit longer than expected. Error, finding languages reached time out. Okay, I have no idea what that's going on about, but we'll keep going. Set up and ready to go. Restart now.